Hey, happy Friday.
Hey, happy Friday to you too.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to another conversation with Christina Dixon from Dixon Turnbull. It is Friday, and we're going to jump right in and talk about legacy. Now, while we're talking about legacy, a lot of times as business owners, we are sacrificing, building, and saying that we're doing things in order to leave something behind after we're gone. But if we're being honest, how much time do we actually take to plan what that succession plan looks like when it's all said and done? So we thought this was a great kind of conversation to end the week and start a new month. And so, Christine, take it away.
Well, basically, when I think of legacy, is I'm thinking about a company that has made, or an entrepreneur who has made a lasting impact in the community and on the world generally. Most of us are working towards that goal. It's not just simply about money. So as soon as we are, done, the shop closes, it's usually, and another thing that I wanted just really pinpoint right there, as I said, that is most people think of succession planning as what happens after I pass away. That's not really all that succession planning is. It's actually also contemplating, when do I want to exit this company? How do I want to exit this company? Do I want to sell interest in the company? Do I want to have someone else join on and take over, and or take over the whole company, and you are in charge of running your own brand? It is, and I've seen one company, I don't want to, talk about it, but I've seen one company really do that and did that very well. And, that's Carol's daughter, that hair brand. So it's not only what happens after I pass away, it's what happens
Once I
in
walk away.
exactly,
From the day
or
to day. Yeah.
or also what happens in a crisis. You could actually have a crisis where you have to step away from your business. Succession planning really then helps you to have already on paper the ability to say that if I step away from this business for a sabbatical, 90 days, 60 days, for an emergency, help a family member, who's going to be in charge? Who's going to be running my business? So it's a lot of layers there. And I think once people understand that it's not really just estate planning, that's a whole other story. It is really what happens in a business, day-to-day operations, how I exit, how I plan for a crisis or an emergency.
Makes a lot of sense. So how do you go about that process of succession planning? Like, what are some things that you consider?
Well, like I said, obviously one of the biggest things is to have a discussion with your attorney and your CPA for the business to make those strategy decisions. It's also making sure that all your stuff is taken care of. So, for example, you have an attorney, you're running your business, you're making sure you're paying your taxes correctly, because you could actually be working for the state. I tell people this all the time. You could be running a business that the state can take over, either because you have no succession plan, there's a vacuum in leadership, or you leave the business or unfortunate situation happens and you have no plan. And if you have government contracts of any size, any size, if there's a vacuum, they have the right to step in. So, it's a lot of little things that you have to do. And it starts with actually making sure that your core foundational documents are in place, that your core team of support is, identified. So, what happens to this business if, as I said, you turn your back for just a crisis or a planned absence. A lot of people make excuses. They think, I'm too busy, I'm going to get to it, I'm not ready. the company, can't bring on an attorney right now. You have to make us a part of. An attorney deserves to be a line item in your budget.
Mm-hmm.
It may, and what I mean by that is you have to plan or fees. Either it is a monthly retainer or you just put someone on retainer, because we can help you anticipate these pitfalls and help you guide you. So I think, there's often this fear in the business world, of financial instability, or just a fear from not knowing what to do. But it really has some huge substantial consequences. And I'll just kind of, just run through what I think are some of the things that you're sacrificing as it pertains to your legacy. As I said, the first one is, are you planning for an event of a crisis? Your business can face extensive tax liabilities if you don't set it up correctly, if you don't determine what kind of um, employees or staff. I say staff because staff includes employees and it also includes contractors. If you misclassify people, that's another thing that you need to be discussing with your CPA and your attorney, is the classification of the people that you have on staff, because that could turn into a huge legal expense for you if and when it is discovered that you do have inaccurately classify your people. There might be operational expenses and or challenges, like for example, what happened with COVID, where all businesses basically shuttered for a period of time because they couldn't do face-to-face. You have to plan for that. An attorney will know whether or not you have insurance. A lot of people were calling me because they realized their insurance did not provide for business continuity in terms of a virus. They didn't have enough cash flow. They didn't have anything saved in reserves to protect their employees and themselves. And then when it came down to the crux of it, the biggest thing was for a lot of people who did not successfully get a PPP or an idle loan, was because their business documents were not done accurately. And they had to wait till they got an attorney and pay a higher fee, because at this point now you're rushing and you are at, will for, if someone is available or someone has to squeeze you in, the fee structure is different. Mm-hmm. And by the time you get all that done, all that money was gone. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this is a roundup of what it really can cost you if you don't effectively plan and strategize in your business.
Yeah. And you just talked about some of the costs as it relates to like financial. I think it would be nice to kind of end with like some of the cost emotionally.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Straight up, if you're in your business and it's not structured properly, most business owners know that. Mm-hmm. They know they're not doing something. So their emotional barriers or things that they have to overcome, but they know that uncertainty worries them. So that, again, they're not being able to function in their true creative self because they're concerned. There's a nagging concern that they haven't addressed. And as it goes on, it can lead to family disputes. It could lead to disputes about, with major stakeholders, people who have invested in business, like if you have a corporation and you do friends and family rounds for that, and people are looking for a return, and I have heard of people who have literally gone on the run when they realize that, yes, when they realize, the British would say, on the lam, they've gone on the run, when they realize that they have not done what they need to do, and it catches up with them. One person actually had a government contract that was not you know, they didn't plan for how to fund it, how to for their employees, and then they started having people, knocking on the door, the government as IE, and then also the people that it was suppliers that he was supposed to pay, and just went on the lam, and then appeared in his lawyer's office trying to shut down the business. It can get really out of hand, and believe me, I've seen or I've heard it all. And when you plan for your business properly, you have clarity. Everything works in harmony. You have peace of mind, and that's the best thing that you can give yourself, is that peace of mind. And it's really important to overcome the obstacles that you think, because again, like I said in one of these slides, that's an illusion. All these things that we put up as a barrier to us doing what we're supposed to do, there are illusions, because you can't afford an attorney. You should have us as a line item in your budget. You are never too large, you're never too small, really. And you have to look at, you are not only planning for yourself, you're planning for those employees that you have. You have people who you're working for, that this is how they earn a living. Not all of us can be business owners. So you have to take them into consideration, and you have to take into consideration the major stakeholders, that either if you have contracts that you're looking for, if they're service contracts, you have other business people that you are responsible to. So I think if I could conclude on anything, it's that major peace of mind that you should have as it pertains to running your business.
Yeah, great, cool. Well, I mean, I think this was a great way to kind of end the week hard and leave us thinking, really thinking, thinking about the succession plan. And you could actually have Christine and the Dixon Turnbull team help you to think through your succession plan or any strategies with your business. So Christine, tell us how we can get to you and how we can make that happen.
Well, I see that my virtual assistant has dropped the link to the page that we have now launched live, which has our anniversary packages on there. So you can go to www.dixonturnbull.com, and you can get to, I think the thing is DT VIP strategy sessions, and you will see all of the specials that we have running through. If you do sign up within the next 2 weeks, we will be giving you a discount. And so hopefully that will, help you to get to the table. I'm dying to meet you. I am really excited for the journey that you're on, and, being able to help you to secure your peace of mind.
Right. Cool. Well, thanks as always for sharing your knowledge and wisdom with small businesses. And we are happy to have you here and look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Take care. You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.